Hello, people, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist, where we bring you the hottest political analysis you won't find anywhere else. Today, we are diving deep into a political firestorm that could reshape the entire opposition landscape ahead of 2027. The African Democratic Congress, the ADC, a party many saw as a potential partner in the third force coalition with Peter Obi's Labour Party, is in turmoil. The party's own presidential candidate, Dumebi Kachikwu, has come out with explosive allegations claiming that a political gang led by none other than former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is trying to hijack the party for their own selfish gains. The big question is, why now? And what does this mean for Peter Obi, who might be looking for a stable platform? Is this a strategic move to dismantle the opposition and sideline Peter Obi before he even gets started for 2027? So, let's watch the man at the center of the storm, Dumebi Kachukwu, as he makes his case. Sit back and take a watch.
Dear ADC family and my fellow Nigerians, I find it necessary to once again address you on the recent events within the ADC. But before I get into that, let me state the following. I am an Igbo man from Onchubo in Delta State of Nigeria. I am a full-blooded Nigerian and have the right to aspire to the highest office in the land. The presidency is not and will never be the birthright of one section of this country, no matter how much propaganda they spread. There's a lot of deliberate misinformation going on by these agents of destabilization, masquerading as a political coalition. There is a clear difference between a political coalition and a political gang. The first has noble ideals, while the gang seeks power for personal gains. What we have here today is a gang unable to survive outside political office, seeking to hijack the ADC as a means to revive their personal economies. They are truly on a rescue mission, but it's a mission to rescue themselves from the harsh economic realities which they themselves created for our nation. They accuse me of being a paid spokesperson for President Tinubu, and my response is this. It will be an honor to be a spokesperson for the president of the largest black nation on earth. But unfortunately, that's not who I am. Political jobbers who have no visible means of livelihood are always eager to tar others, but I remain unfazed. They, with the active support of their cohorts in the media, now say they are the ADC. They are not. I can call myself the president of America till I am blue in the face, but it doesn't make it so. They are offering some of the state chairmen as much as 20 million naira to resign their positions, which goes to show that their intentions are not honorable. My question to this gang is this. If you succeed in paying off all the ADC party officials at state and local government levels to resign, what next? Our constitution still doesn't allow you to assume their offices. This is the plain and simple truth. Your money will get you nowhere in the ADC. If you have to build your rescue mission on fraudulent misrepresentation, it just shows who you really are. The imposter who claims he's their spokesperson made bold to say that I am merely the former presidential candidate of the party and not a party official. His pedestrian argument is that only party officials can challenge party affairs. This is the same elitist ignorance that brought Nigeria to this point, where we believe Nigeria is only for the rich and powerful. Balaji, please be informed that every member of our party, no matter how poor you people have made them, have a say in the ADC. This fake coalition is staging events in different parts of the country where they pay poor Nigerians to say they are decamping from other parties to the ADC. This is the typical strategy of these old politicians, and we have had enough of it. They need to sing a new song. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, a man whose antecedents clearly shows he doesn't believe anyone from the southern part of Nigeria is deserving of being president of Nigeria, orchestrated this charade for his personal benefit. He almost truncated President Obasanjo's return for a second term because he believed the seat was his. President Jonathan suffered the same fate, and then after 8 years of late President Buhari as president, the same Atiku Abubakar believed it was morally right for him to be the presidential flag bearer of the PDP in the last presidential elections. This was most unjust and unfair, and led to the current disintegration of that party. He is now using some charlatans to deceive former Governor Peter Obi that only he, Atiku, has what it takes to win an election because he can get majority of the North to vote for him. This is really uncharitable of him. If the former vice president says my assertions are not true and that all he wants is a better Nigeria, I then challenge him today to publicly declare that equity demands that the presidency should stay in the South for another 6 years. He can then support any Southern candidate of his choice. He will never do this. But if he chooses to continue on this slippery slope, I want to reiterate that the ADC is not for sale, and it's not an old people's home. We are a party that believes Nigeria needs fresh faces, fresh ideals, and fresh ideas. This current political war is the war of the old for the old. It's not our fight. In the ADC, Nigeria and Nigerians will always remain our objective. Thank you, and God bless.
That was a lot to unpack, but let us break it down because the implications are massive. First, let us be clear about what Dumebi Kachikwu is alleging. He is not talking about a simple political measure. He is using very strong words like political gangs, agents of destabilization, hijacking, mission to rescue themselves from economic hardship. He's painting a picture of a hostile takeover orchestrated by political jobbers who cannot survive outside of government's corridors. Now, the bombshell allegation is tying this directly to Atiku Abubakar. According to Kachukwu, this isn't just some random group. It is a move orchestrated by Atiku himself. He accuses Atiku of having a track record of undermining Southern political ambition, citing the experiences of former President Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan. He basically says Atiku believes the presidency is his birthright and will do anything to get it, even if it means destroying the principle of equity and fairness. So, how does Peter Obi fit into this? This is the critical part. Remember, all the talks about coalition, the Labour Party and the ADC were all mentioned as potential partners to form a formidable opposition. The Labour Party itself is facing a serious internal leadership crisis with Julius Abure, even though they've gotten another interim chairman. A stable, untainted platform like the ADC would have been a very attractive option for Peter Obi and his allies to either merge with or decamp to. What Kachukwu is alleging is that the old guards, represented by Atiku, sees this threat. They know they can't compete with the obedient movements on ideal, passion, or a message of a new Nigeria. So what do? They use their old playbook, money and influence. Kachukwu claims that they are offering state chairmen up to 20 million naira to resign. He's telling it is an attempt to buy party structure from the ground up, replace it with their loyalists, and effectively killed ADC as a credible alternative. If Atiku's faction takes over the ADC, the party is no longer a third force. It just becomes another arm of PDP. For Peter Obi, this is a major blow. It means one less potentially ally or less viable platform. It's a strategic move to isolate him and his movement. The old politicians are closing ranks. They are trying to ensure that by the time 2027 comes around, the only option left for Nigerians are the same old faces and the same old parties. They are trying to force Obi into a corner where he either stays in a chaotic Labour Party or has nowhere else to go. Dumebi Kachukwu's challenge to Atiku is the masterstroke here. He is daring Atiku to publicly support a Southern presidency for the sake of equity. Kachikwu predicts he never will because doing so will destroy Atiku's own 2027 ambition. This is more than just a party crisis. This is a battle for the soul of Nigeria's opposition. It's the old order, transactional politics fighting. a desperate war against the new issue-based movement that Peter Obi represents, and they are using the ADC as a battleground. So, what do you all think? Is Dumebi Kachikwu speaking the truth? Or is this just a case of sour grapes? Is this a calculated move by Atiku to weaken the third force and silence Peter Obi? And most importantly, what should be Peter Obi's next move? Drop your critical thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you have to say on this one. And if you love getting the real undiluted gist on Nigerian politics, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Obas Trending Gist, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.